my channel. Today we're going to be going through the essential packing list if you're moving into hall or to residential college in NUS. I know it's going to be move-in season pretty soon, so I wanted to make this video now. I know that a lot of you watching this probably don't need it, but just in case it reaches someone who does, let's just get into it. A little bit of background first. If you're new here, my name is Lydia and I'm in NUS as a Year 3 communications student. I've stayed in College of Alice and Peter Tan for the last 2 years of my uni life, but I won't be going back anymore, so unfortunately I cannot do like a pack with me kind of thing, but I can recall what I've packed and just tell you guys so that you won't miss out anything and you don't need to make multiple trips back home and forth. So you know that this list is definitely refined and contains everything that you need. So I'm actually referencing off my packing lists that I wrote when I was like year 1. This is my very first one. It was so disorganized. And this one is my year 2 one, which I basically followed for like both move-ins. I'm following off this and from personal experience. By the way, if I'm looking down a lot, it's because I'm referencing like the list that I created on my computers. Okay, so I've split it up into 8 general categories, and then we'll go through each category one by one just to have like a comprehensive overview on the types of things that you'll need to move into your room, given that, you know, it's gonna be a room that you're staying in for basically the whole week. So you will need like all your essential living things. And number 1 we'll start with is clothes. So first of all, this is highly dependent on your lifestyle, what kind of like person you are, what kind of activities you like to do. Are you like a sporty person? Are you a fashionista? Do you like wearing out clothes a lot? Do you bother to dress up? Well, only you'll know this, but this would be my suggested like basics or essentials that absolutely everyone needs to have, and from there you can just build it up as you see fit. 5 to 10 pairs of underwear, similar amount of socks, at least 5 sets of like your home t-shirts and sleeping shorts or like walking around in the corridor shorts. I would recommend to bring like 1 to 2 pairs of long PJ pants for comfort and just for like your sleep quality and sleeping life, just for like those cold days that you want something a little warmer to wear. 1 to 2 jackets. So for me, I only had 1 jacket, 1 hoodie, and then 1 going out denim jacket, and that was enough for me. For shoes, I would say 1 pair of slippers, 1 pair of slides, 1 pair of sneakers like sports shoes, 1 pair of sandals, and 1 pair of white shoes, which are quite versatile and you can wear basically with a lot of outfits. Bags for me, I had at least 1 backpack, 1 duffel bag to like go home on the weekend with, around 2 to 3 like tote bags, and then 1 small like cute going out bag. And don't forget to bring a lot of hangers, enough hangers so that you can hang up all your clothes and they won't get wrinkled in the wardrobe. Also, a good point to note would be that you will probably get a lot of hall and university related t-shirts, like from FOC, from your house. Basically, the more committees and CCAs you join, the more shirts you will get, and those are generally what people wear around in CAP. You might not want to bring like your entire home wardrobe there because it will be padded up anyway. And you can say no to some of these t-shirts if you don't want to and you want to save the earth. A note, because this is supposed to be the COVID-19 version, you will be spending a lot of time in your room due to online lessons. At least for me, last sem, I was spending almost all of my time in my room or within CAP itself doing my lessons because I didn't go to FASS at all. So because of that, I would recommend that you don't bring as many nice or like going out clothes as you originally would, unless you do plan on going out a lot anyway, or you have like a normal amount of going to campus lessons. Also, like a slight deviation, but a note on general fashion in NUS. I'm speaking for FASS specifically, FASS. I think people there generally try to look nicer. I don't know, whenever I'd go to FASS, I would definitely like at least throw on a pair of shorts or a nicer t-shirt. But I will say that the people who stay in hall definitely also do go around in like their hall shirts and FBTs and slides. So there's both ends of the spectrum, but in FASS people do like to dress up a bit more, you know, for that creativity and artistic flair. So that's something that you might want to take note of. Moving on to your room, specifically the bedding, all that good stuff that you can sleep on. Bedding and like bed sheets are not provided in hall, so you do have to bring your own. I would recommend 1 to 3 bed sheets to switch around when you do laundry to like wash the original one. Then similarly, 1 to 3 pillowcases. Same for like whatever bolsters that you have as well, any extra cushions and whatnot. I personally only had 1 pillow, but I think most people have at least 2, I think, are like a pillow and a bolster. And optional soft toys and whatever it is you cuddle with at night. For the washing cycle of like bedding specifically, I tried to do my bed sheets at least once every 2 weeks, 3 weeks like max if I was feeling really tired, just because I love the feeling of sliding into like clean warm sheets, and yeah, it's just unparalleled. Also, it's hygienic because you can sweat in your sleep, and I definitely did because I did not have an aircon room. And for pillowcases, this is for all of you who are more skincare or like want to take care of your skin a bit more. I did mine every 2 weeks instead because like I put skincare on my face before I sleep, and I just wanted to make sure it's clean regularly. Moving on to cleaning materials and laundry related things, basically all your cleaning tools. I think we just have to note that you do need to clean your room before you move everything inside. This is something that for some reason I didn't really note when I first moved in, but it's really so much easier to do like a deep cleanse of your entire room before you start like moving in your clothes, your personal items and belongings. So when it's still empty, just please give it like a deep refresh because no one has been staying in it over the entire summer or holidays, so it can get quite dusty and musty. So you want to give it a good wipe, and for that you will need Magiclean, a stick, as well as the wipes, wet and dry, so that it's easy to clean like every few days. For me, like almost every day if I wasn't feeling lazy because I drop a lot of hair. You'll need a detergent as well to wash your own clothes. The exception is if you are the type of person that hauls your laundry back home to wash. I know like 1 or 2 people who did it, but to me it's such a hassle to have to cart an entire bag of laundry home and then back if you want to wear the same thing. So I just did my laundry and haul, and it costs $1 for wash and another $1 for dryer. Of course, you have things like your laundry rack if you want to dry your clothes in your room and not use the dryer, which is what I did. Your washing bags when you do your laundry for like delicates, underwear. You'll also want a Febreze, I think, to keep your clothes smelling fresh inside the wardrobe, which can be a little bit sus. Disinfectant spray. For optional items, I would classify those as like mops and handheld vacuums. I think those are actually really useful if you want to do a deeper cleanse like every week or every month, but they can also be quite bulky and your room might not have space. So I kind of just borrowed the house ones that they have lying around. It's communal and free to use, or your friends will also have, so you can ask around. Okay, moving on to toiletries and skincare. This is self-explanatory. You're gonna have to wash yourself in campus. It is not provided in hall. I think at most the toilets have hand soap, and even then the hand soap is a little bit dubious. I never really felt safe using it, so bless the Lord if your residential assistant gets like soap for you. Anyway, so other than all these essentials here, do take note that you should have a toilet, like bathroom caddy or like little basket to store all your shampoo, your conditioner, your washing up things, like toothbrush, toothpaste, all that. Just because it's easier to transport from your room to the toilet. Or even if you leave it in the toilet because there are shelves for you to place your caddy on, it helps to group everything together, and then you don't have to be juggling with like a million bottles every time. So almost everyone has a caddy really. Here's a tip for you. If you make it early enough and you are lazy to reach for a high shelf every time, try to like chope your spot on a lower shelf. It's basically once you put your basket there, it doesn't really move for the rest of the semester. I was always really happy when I got a lower shelf because I am vertically impaired, so if it was on the highest shelf I would have to tiptoe every time, and then like I'd worry that all the bottles would spill on me when I take it out. So just try to get a spot that's comfortable for you. For the toilet caddy, it kind of looks like this. This is the exact one that I used. I'm pretty sure it's broken somewhere, but it looks fine. You can get it from those mama shops to get it in a color that you like. Also, a reminder to not forget to have a supply of masks and hand sanitizer. Obviously, this is not something that I brought with me in year one at all. Even though CAP will probably distribute like a college mask that's reusable, and NUS might also give like an NUS reusable mask. It's just good to have your own supply and more hygienic as well for your face. And hand sani, even if you're not the kind of person that brings hand sani, just bring it for if you don't want to die. Moving on to electronics and devices. This list excludes the items that you would normally bring anyway. Like, I don't have to tell you to bring your phone, computer. Generally, this would be what I would bring. Chargers for sure. Great if you have doubles. I think I had to bring around my iPhone charger to and fro every single weekend because I didn't have a double, but if you have spares, like, that is so good. Just leave one at home and have one in hall. An extension cord is so useful. I think that is an absolute must-have. I find laptop stands also very useful for just doing work. It really helps to like straighten up your back and help your eye line and such. And for this COVID edition, I would recommend getting a monitor if you don't have already. In fact, it was staying in hall, like at the height of COVID, that I really felt I wanted a monitor because I was staring at the computer for so long every day. And when you do Zoom lesson, online tutorials, you just want to have that real estate to toggle on different pages, even if you're not like a comp science student or whatnot. So for some optional electronic devices that you can consider, it will be things like a diffuser to make your room smell nice. Some people also brought in induction cookers, which is not allowed. Cooking in your room is not allowed. However, if no one says anything, no one will know. So on the topic of cooking things, also like mini steamers to steam leftovers. Portable AiRCoNS. This is going to be a hot item. A lot of people I know had it in their rooms. You can pay for permission to use it. It costs money, and then you get like a sticker to be pasted on that says basically allowing you to have the AiRCoNS in your room. But let's just say it is not as mandatory as they make it out to be, and if your residential assistant is nice, you can consider bringing in one for free. I'm also just gonna put this under electronics and devices, even though it's not exactly electronic, but people do bring in their own chairs because the rolly chairs that they give in RC can be kind of uncomfortable. Yeah, it's just not very ergonomic. So you either deal with it or you can bring in your own chair. The next category we're moving to is the decorative / miscellaneous group. Things that you might need to like spruce up your room a little if you don't want a super basic plain room. So these would be my must-haves, and they're twinkle lights. I can't imagine my room without like a good string of fairy lights or twinkle lights. They just like brighten it up so much. I started hanging posters, like taping up posters sometime in year 2-ish, and it really helps to liven up like blank white walls as well. A lot of people I know had these metal grid like photo hanger thingies. I don't know what's the proper name for it, but basically you can clip like Polaroids and little pics and notes on it, and it's really cute. Definitely have your collection of like command hooks, blue tack, tape. Blue tacks and tape are technically not allowed, but if you put it on carefully, no one's gonna know. Very carefully. In the first year, I tried to blue tack pictures to my wall, and then when I took it out, there was like a horrible stain. So just be careful when using blue tack. You can check out Nicole Bernadette, of course. If you don't already know, where have you been? She makes the most amazing like room makeovers, and I wish my room looked like hers, but it didn't. Okay, and the very last topic we'll be doing is food-related items, what you need to bring. You can dabao food from the dining hall up to your room to eat. This was super common in the times where we had zoning, so like staggered timings to eat, and if it wasn't your allocated timing for your faculty, you had to dabao food back up to your room. You will need a Tupperware box set, and if I'm not wrong, CAP will give it to you in 3 different sizes. So like a big, then a medium, and a tiny small one that you can use for snacks and cereal. Then, of course, you got your utensils. They will also give you a set. I don't know why I didn't really use mine a lot. I just had my own set from home. I think it just made me feel better. Also, a cup to store your water, your drinks, and a pitcher so that you don't have to keep running to the pantry every time you want more water. I knew of people who just brought their water bottles in and that was kind of their pitcher, but it just hits different when you have a proper jug of water in your room. So please just bring a good big one, and you will thank yourself for not having to sprint or drag yourself to the pantry every time you're thirsty. And some optionals I have would be like a straw, reusable straws, and your snacks. You would probably guess the most popular ones would be like instant noodles, chips, biscuits, anything to keep you awake during class. And there is a common fridge in the pantry, so if you want to store like fresh food items, your fruit, veggies, milk, yogurt, Yakult, you can definitely do that as well. I would bring in fruit almost every single weekend from home because my mom would buy them for me. Okay, so that's it for my essential guide to packing for hall or residential college. If I missed anything out, feel free to let me know, and I will make like a consolidated list of everything and then put it in an accessible document for anyone who's watching. Just remember that this is from my experience, okay? If I missed anything that you thought was essential, I'm sorry, but I didn't have it and I lived without it. So this is my guide to survival in CAT at least. I will end this video here. Good luck for packing, or happy reminiscing if you are not going back to hall, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye!